Okay, our next speaker, an incredible woman. She's beautiful too. She's been selling real estate for well over 2 decades, and more importantly, she's the VP of eXp Luxury. Carrie works out of Nashville, Tennessee. Her husband's a Canadian. Here it out, come on, let's go. Her husband's been around the NHL. He's played a few games of hockey, so we're hockey fans in this room, of course. And Carrie also represented the Nashville Predators as their agent of choice. Who would want that job? Awesome. Carrie's got a great story, and she's got great things to share. Come on up, Carrie!
It's a good day to have a great day.
Thank you. Hello.
It's a good day to have
Fantastic.
a great day.
Hello, Vancouver. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. When Randy and John asked me, this is one of my favorite cities in Canada, although my husband, as he said, was not from the pretty part of Canada, I say. It's Saskatchewan. So, they were like, why do you always go to Toronto or Vancouver? I'm like, I like water. But anyway, great being here. I have been 20 years in the business, and, I have a slide. Let's see, where is it? That says this business will either break you or build you. Is that correct? Can I get an amen? And plus, but we're here to build, correct? And so today we're going to walk away with some of these things. How many of you are comfortable stepping out of your comfort zone? I mean, really, raise your hand. Isn't it hard? My entire life, I believe I have always stepped out of my comfort zone. But the other side of that is growth. That is where, to me, that's the magic right there, when you really push yourself to the next level. And I'm one that has talked to many agents. I've been one myself for all this time. And I know in this business, we tend to know what we need to do. Whether it's prospecting, whether it's building your personal brand, all those things that come into when you are building a powerhouse business within real estate. So one of the things I wanted to share with you, I look back at life and I've had so many of those stepping out of my comfort zone. I was 18 years old, and my parents, we did fly a lot, and my dad had this idea that he wanted me to fly. Now, I had no really reason that I wanted to go fly an airplane. Here I was at 18 years old. I'm the oldest child and the only daughter. And I'm like, why would my brothers be doing this, Dad? He's like, nope, I want you. If you're on a plane, I want you to be able to take it down. It's like, okay, so off I go. I learned to fly. But I vividly remember the day that I was just flying with the instructor. He stopped and said, once we landed, he said, you're going to take the reins. You're going to go up in solo right now. I was like, I can't. I'm not ready. I'm not smart enough. I don't think I can do this. But that moment, of course, I took off. I wouldn't say it was the smoothest landing, but I landed. But I did say I came out of that plane absolutely exhilarated because I did it. But I felt like I was pushed to do it as well. So I'm again asking you, what in your business can you be pushed to do? What can you do that will truly make a difference in your business? When, as Randy said, back in 2007, I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and we were, of course, going into the 2009 market where it was awful. And I went in and purchased a RE/MAX. And through that RE/MAX, everybody said, you're going to fail. It's the worst time. It's just a bad market. So really, one of those things that I said is, no, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to build a powerhouse here in Nashville. Now, it took a while, and there were a lot of stepping out of my comfort zones. But one of the things when I put on the slide of dare to be different, when you build a personal brand, that's something no one can take away from you. So one of the things I did, kind of a funny story, was this big company I'm with now has a big balloon, correct? So I was thinking, how can I brand myself? Because really in Nashville at that time, it wasn't a big brand, and it certainly wasn't associated with luxury. So I didn't have this big budget, so I went downtown to the tallest building in Nashville at the time and sat on the top of it and dangled my little legs off of it, and they took a picture, and we slid that picture onto the balloon. Well, it was total chaos at International that I would be sitting on a balloon. But I actually won. They said, you can keep it up. And that went up in the Nashville Predators at Bridgestone Arena for 1 decade, if you can believe it. And that was one of the things that really started building my brand, which started attracting agents to my company. So again, when we talk about these breakthroughs, sacrifice, and all these things, building that brand and really daring to be different. You don't build a luxury brand by playing small. That's definitely true in this world. But when you look at it, one of the things that I started really getting focused on, and whether you are, have your own brokerage, which really if you are in EXP, you are your own brokerage, right? I mean, that's one of the beauties of this business. But these are the 3 things that I believe when you build that brand, you are automatically attracting. You are improving your system. Systems to me are everything. You are as good as your system. And of course, it increases your sales volume. I did put on here your greatest loss can be your launch pad to legacy. So what does that mean? How many of you have really had to make difficult decisions in this business? So here I am with my RE/MAX. It is 2014. At that time, we're doing about $480 million, but I have a mammoth team. I have a team that's part of my organization that had 50 agents on it, and that team alone did $220 million. But they were really, I want to say, a cancer inside my company. And it was just the hardest decision, one of that I've ever made, and there was a lot of politics with it when you are that big of he was that big of a team, and then I am still a part of a franchise. So what did I do in 2014? I released him. People thought I had lost my mind. They're looking at my company that I had worked so hard to build to, say, $450 million at that time, and I just fired someone doing $220 million. Well, let me say that year was one of the roughest years of my life. We dug deeper. We got the right mix of people in, and that $480 million-ish that I was doing turned into $985 million of production. It didn't happen that year, but it did happen in the next 3 years. So when I say really those hard things in your business, sometimes use those as a launch pad to your success. One of the things, and this is me of just being inspirational, I guess, I have always in business lived by these 5 things. And actually, I teach on them, and I try to live by them. And this business, it will suck the life out of you sometimes, right? So whether you are, whatever your faith is, I am a very faith person. I love the Lord, and I shout it out everywhere I go. But that is my number 1 constant in my life. Of course, family. You know, I used to have a steadfast rule. I was a single mom when I had bought the RE/MAXes, and I had 2 boys. And my whole thing was the business was not going to take over and me not be with them. I was the hockey mom, and we traveled a lot, so I built the company, but my kids were first. So I'm a believer in family. I believe if you have those two things, career, in our careers, we always have ups and downs, right? But with your career, to me, if you can balance these the best that we can, and it is a juggling act for sure, your business will always take off. And of course, for me, I said, thank you. I said health and personal interest. I like to run and work out and do those things, but, and a personal interest, always be developing, always be going to the next level. So those are my, I'm going to go through these quickly because we have time. So those are my 5 pillars. Hopefully you'll take one of those away. One of these, building your legacy. We talk about luxury real estate. I'm going to go really quick through this. How many of you are luxury members of EXP Luxury? Do I have a few in here? I can't really see up here. Woo, okay. All right. How many of you want to be luxury real estate? All right. Well, we have EXP Luxury, and I will say this. We've got a lot that we are rolling out at EXP Con in Miami. I have been, spoke with Nadia. I don't know if she's in the room right now, but we are excited about what we are bringing to Canada, and I'm looking forward to EXP Con Vancouver next year. So by that time, we will have a lot of new things rolling out, really breaking into the luxury division, and also if you're already in there, more tools for success. Overall, this is what it brings, though. Of course, the listing campaigns, the branding, the exclusive partnerships, and the education and growth. And then again, we will be at Miami rolling this out, and it will be amazing. Who's going to Miami? Woo! All right. It's going to be, Miami's going to be packed this year with stuff. It's one day shorter than it usually is, so lots of good things. If you are a luxury member, we are having our gala, which is the hottest ticket in town, I think. So get your ballroom dresses and your tuxedos ready. For being at Build, we would love to extend all of you a 20% discount for being here if you are interested in joining EXP Luxury. I will say after this year, the 20% is going away, but we will have different payment options. So if you are interested, definitely get on it. This is one that we will be changing up. Pay at Close has been very successful. We do have this going in Canada now. So if you are interested in being a member, definitely get with me afterwards if you would like, or answer any questions you may have on it. But Pay at Close has been a great option. These are the two, Pay Today and the Pay at Close option. You could pay the $675 at Pay at Close, and then the remainder of that is taken out of your next closing. And there is a QR code, but you can definitely just let us know that you attended BUILD25 Vancouver. And there's your 20%, let's see, off. All right, thank you all, and I appreciate your time being here. I will be around and happy to answer any questions. Go Vancouver!